Peabody here. The dictionary defines the word Louis as a gold coin or an officer in the army. However, today Sherman and I are going to come in contact with another Louis, the 16th, King of France.
The way back's all set, Mr. Peabody.
For France, Sherman?
Yes, sir.
For the year 1788?
Yes, sir.
Then we're off. In its usual flawless manner, the Wayback Machine teleported us to the palace at Versailles. It was a scene of wild disorder.
Swords everywhere. He must be found.
I don't like the looks of this.
Gee, you don't suppose someone tried to assassinate King Louis?
The answer to that question lay in the royal kitchen. It was there we came across the king's lovely wife, Marie Antoinette, who was mixing up a batch of French dressing.
Why are you crying, Mrs. Antoinette?
It is Louis. He has been gone since last week, and I fear he has met with foul play.
We joined in the search for the king.
You are wasting your time, monsieur. There is not so much as a clue in this palace.
Well, the guard was mistaken, for Sherman uncovered one.
Look at this, Mr. Peabody. The word steel is scratched into the top of the grand piano. Shouldn't it be wood?
I moved a tall decanter off the lid and further uncovered the word bass.
That don't mean nothing. There is a steel company in Paris named Bass.
There is also a prison in Paris with the name of Bastille. Come, Sherman, we're off.
I tell you, you are wasting your time.
Within an hour, we reached France's most notorious prison.
I am most sorry, monsieur, but the prisoners in the Bastille are not allowed visitors.
But I'm certain the king is somewhere in here.
Ridiculous! How could the king be in here?
Let us in and we'll find out.
No! The only way you can enter is with a pass signed by the Minister of Prison.
Where does he live?
Cell 433 is a prisoner too, and is not allowed visitors either. Bonsoir.
But just around the corner from the Bastille, a balloon salesman had set up shop.
Balloons for sale. Get your balloons here.
15 balloons, please, and 1 pin.
What are you going to do with 15 balloons, Mr. Peabody?
I would like to know what he's going to do with the 1 pin.
I instructed the balloon salesman to tie the balloons together and then hand them to Sherman and me. We grabbed hold and immediately soared up into the sky. At a point directly over the Bastille, I brought the pin into place.
We're dropping, Mr. Peabody.
Indeed we were, right into the Bastille. And once inside, we examined every cell, searching for Louis the 16th. It was on the 3rd floor that we found him. Louis?
Oui? Who are you?
That doesn't matter. What does matter is that we get you out of here.
Your Majesty, why did you scrawl the word Bastille on your piano?
I did not scroll it. The piano was made here in the Bastille.
Then why did you come here?
To get a stool. What good is a piano without a stool? Unfortunately, a guard thought I was a prisoner trying to escape and put me in the cell.
Did you tell him you're the king?
Oui, and he told me he is the queen.
Suddenly, a guard appeared with a tray of food and slid it under the cell door. That gives me an idea. Come, Sherman. By breakfast, King Louis will be free. Sherman and I applied for a job as prison cooks.
But how will peeling potatoes get the king free?
You'll see, my boy. You'll see.
Good morning, Monsieur Cook. What are you feeding the prisoners for breakfast? Slop?
Ugh. No, of course. Pancakes.
Very well. I take the prisoner who thinks he is king his hot cakes. Put them on this plate.
1, 2, 3, 4. 110, 111.
Hey, Monsieur Cook, it is piled so high with food I cannot slip it under the cell door.
Well, I can't help that. Cut down the size of the door. As I had it figured, the door would have to be greatly widened to allow this plate to go through.
Quick, Your Majesty, sir. Follow us.
With King Louis bringing up the rear, we ran through the Bastille and made our exit through a side door.
We'd better not stop, Mr. Peabody. Those guards are sure to try to catch up with us.
There's no hurry. You see, instead of using baking powder and those hot cakes, I used blasting powder.
Oh, how can I thank you, Monsieur Peabody? You have saved me.
Oh, think nothing of it, Your Majesty.
Well, there goes the King of France.
Yes, and look who's coming.
It's an executioner, and he's entering the Bastille.
He came all the way from Ireland, Sherman, and he'll turn out to be France's most awesome executioner.
An Irishman, Mr. Peabody?
That's right. His name is O'Teen, Gilbert O'Teen.
I never heard of him.
You never heard of Gil O'Teen?